guys. So today I'm going to show you one of my swaps that I made, and we're going to put one of these together. This was with a cut file on the silhouette. I don't have the name of this cut file for you, so I'll try to find it and put it in the description, although I'm not real great at figuring out that whole process, but we'll figure it out. So I wanted to show you too how I package mine when I send them in for a swap. So for this particular swap, we send in 4 sets. It's what's called a mini swap, and this is at Ginger's Corner. You can find her on YouTube, and if you want to participate in the swaps, you need to find her on Facebook. But when I have multiple pieces that go with my swap, I like to put them in a little baggie just to keep everything together. I got the bags off of Temu. They came in 3 different sizes. I think this was the biggest size, I think. And they just have a really small Ziploc. It's super flat, so it's nothing that's going to mess up your regular mailing. Which is the point of these. We send these in just a regular envelope, so we like to keep everything really flat so it can go through the mail. The other thing I do once I package it up is I'll take the pin that's at the top of my glue bottle. I'll take that and I'll just poke a hole in my bag. And all that does is it helps to get that extra air out of here so it's not puffy. So again, it's keeping everything as flat as possible when you're mailing it. So this is the swap I made. It's Oh Snap. So we are going to assemble this one, and let me get all my parts and pieces out, and I'll put one together with you. So I like to store my pieces in, this is just a photo case. You can get multiple of these for pretty cheap. And typically when I'm doing a swap, I'll have multiple pieces of everything. So, and I just keep all light pieces kind of stacked together in here. But at this point, I'm down to my last one, so everything's all jumbled up. But I just wanted to show y'all that so you could kind of see how I store everything, because I will typically cut things out, and then I'll cut things out for several different cut files. So I'll have different cases, and I put things in all my cases. I almost lost my little green doohickey over there. That, I don't know what that is. Okay. But I'll cut several out, and so I'll have all my photo cases that have all my cut pieces in them. And then sometime, you know, when I'm just chilling, watching TV or whatever, I can grab one of these cases, get my glue, get my pickup tool, and I can start assembling. So this one is pretty easy and straightforward to put together. Everything's pretty square and easy to assemble. The cut file on this was very easy to use. I did make one modification to my Oh Snap part, and I'll talk to you about that when I'm assembling that section. But yeah, for the most part, this whole thing was really easy to put together. I did not ink anything, and I kind of wish I did on the ones that I sent in for my swap. I do think it would have looked better and given it some more dimension. At the time that I was putting it together, I felt like it looked good without it. Maybe that's just because I was sitting somewhere where I didn't have a lot of light, but I do definitely think it would have looked better had I done that. But you know, sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't. It's okay. At the end of the day, it's just paper and we're just having fun, right? Okay, so let me line these up so I make sure I know where these are going. That looks good. This one too, this cut file, I think is a really easy one to use a lot of scraps with. And I mean, you're scrapbooking photos, so you can absolutely use these little cameras on just about any page that you want to. which would be really fun. That's about to fall off. I should have got my tweezers out. Because every page is about photos. Well, I guess it's more about the memory, but you could still use a lot of these on here. So these little pieces here, I put these on in the best way that I could figure out how they go, and I'm not really sure that I got these right, but it works. So I'm not gonna stress about it too much. I don't think that was the right way. Okay. Whatever. Sometimes it just doesn't matter. It is so hot in my house right now. I don't know why I'm on fire, but then I'm kind of at that season of life where I'm on fire all the time, so it doesn't really matter. It is very humid here. It is, it's just going to be a humid day, I think. I woke up and we keep our house pretty cool because we have chinchillas, and so we have to keep it cool. But sometimes with it being cool, when it's really humid outside, you'll wake up and your windows will be foggy and have condensation on them, and that's kind of how our morning is this morning. It's just very, very wet in the air kind of a day. All right, so with my words, what I did, so the cut file was made to where OSNAP, the letters in OSNAP were separate pieces of paper. So they expected you to do your background piece and then have your letters and set your letters on top. So I just made it so that my letters were the piece that I cut my letters out of, that I use that to go over my background. Just makes it so much easier so you don't have to glue all those letters down. You do have to make sure when you're doing this that you keep your inside pieces for your letters that have other parts, like the O, the A, and the P all have these other little pieces inside them. So just make sure that you keep up with those and that you don't lose them when you're doing it this way. And you could conceivably, depending on what color your paper is, you could use like a gel pen or a marker or something to color in those parts. In this case, I didn't really have a marker that worked for that real great, so I decided to just save those little pieces so that I could glue them onto. And really, it's not a big deal. It's just 3 little pieces, which to me is way better than gluing on, how many letters is that? 4, 6, 7, counting the exclamation mark. So I just find it a whole lot easier to do it this way. All right, so then we're gonna put in our little pieces. There's a lot of really cute camera themed cut files. So if that's, I really think that the camera ones are something that you could use on just about anything, and you could do them in all sorts of different colors depending on what scraps you have. You could do some in red and green, and then you could use them for Christmas layouts. You could do some in like black and orange and use them for Halloween. You could do red, white, and blue and use them for 4th of July. What did I just do? Okay, there we go. I have to use my finger to get up some of my glue. Let's scooch this over. Okay, so there we go. There's my O-snap, and if I was putting this on my page, I would do it like this, so that the O-snap looks like she's coming out of the camera right over the button or the flash. I think that would just make a really cute embellishment for your page. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you guys could do some paper crafting soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.